Hey everybody, it's Wuju here, back for yet another Medic Mail Day of sorts. So today's video is going to be all guys who have made their contributions off the field. You know, some of these guys may have played at some point and whatnot, but they're best known for their off-field contributions. So obviously these aren't all of them, but at least these are the ones that are either PSA slab that I had on hand or actual cards themselves. Plus, right at the end, stay tuned because I got a hell of a deal on the last card you'll see in this video. So, first one I'm going to start out with, this is Ed Sabol. I definitely want to get an upgrade of this in the near future. I used to have his Panini Hall of Fame autograph, unfortunately sold it, and have not seen one pop up in a while. So, saw this authenticated by PSA. I figured I'd grab that for now. Checks him off on the checklist, and it's just a little custom card signed. So, but at least I got Ed Sabol off the list. Rather well-known name, Mr. Hank Stram. Again, leaf cut. There's a lot of cuts out there. I'm just waiting for a nicer cut at a reasonable price. But, you know, it definitely serves its purpose. I mean, there's so many cuts out there of his checks. Sooner or later, I'll get something a little nicer than that. Next, from the NFL films, to go with Ed Sabol, I managed to pick up the Steve Sabol. Just one of the little old Pro Set cards. Beckett authenticated. I'd rather get this PSA authenticated at some point or grab a PSA one and sell this one. So, but plain and simple, NFL film, Steve Sabol. So at least I have both of the Sabols done on the list. Next, from the Buffalo Bills. This guy's come down a lot from when I was collecting the first time. Mark Levy. When I was collecting the first time, he only had one, maybe two cards that were autographed, and they were usually 80 to 120, give or take. He has come way, way down. I wouldn't mind getting one of the old Topps Hall of Fame autographs like I used to have, but for now, this will do. Next, this I believe I got from one Mr. Wenzel, 888, old friend on YouTube here. We met up at the Pittsburgh Card Show back when I got Franco Harris on my helmet, which I will show in a future video at some point. But he sold me this, and I have a few other cards I'll try to make sure I point out that I got from him. But this nice Bill Parcells on-card Spectra autograph, so thank him for that. 3 out of 4, so I mean, there's a little damage on it if I remember correctly up in there in that top left corner. You see that ding up there in the top left corner, but he gave me a good deal on it. And really, condition overall when you're just collecting the autograph is not all that important. So, one of the names I'm not super familiar with, I probably should have read up on him a little bit, just because I got out of the game for a little while, and some of the names I'm not super familiar with. But from the Cowboys, Gil Brandt, of course, before he got in, he had next to no autographs other than PSA. I don't even think he had anything but PSA authenticated. But since he got in, he's got a lot of autographs now, so prices are very reasonable. 22 out of 35 with a Hall of Fame inscription even. Not many do that when they're doing the sticker autographs, so that's kind of a nice touch. Next, I bought this, which it'll probably come down, but it's still a very nice card. From 2003 playoff contenders, Dick Vermeil. So, you know, from the old Kansas City Chiefs. Out of 574, so yeah, I mean, I probably overpaid for this, especially considering like if he signs a bunch more, it'll come way down, but it's probably one of the nicer looking cards you can get of him right now. So from the Cowboys, who doesn't know this name? This one is 13 out of 25, Jimmy Johnson, Ring of Honor. I think he does have a nice on-card autograph now that I've been trying to track down for a reasonable price, but as always with a lot of things, people just want too much and I'm not willing to pay it. So got Jimmy Johnson. This one I was chasing hard because all I had was a PSA slabbed autograph of him. When these popped up, I knew I had to get one, and I think I got a decent price on it. This is 11 out of 25 Paul Tagliabue, so I was like, yeah, I got to get me one of those. That way I have that for my Hall of Fame autograph collection. Only 3 things left in this video. It's going to be a rather short video overall. Next one, again, one of the names I'm just not familiar with from the Redskins, or the Commanders as they are known now. I think this is his only pack autograph out there. It's 2 out of 50. I think there's a little bubbling in the autograph, but not horribly. For the Panini Hall of Fame set, Bobby Bethard. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, let me know. Again, I am actually not too familiar with him. Maybe I should have done a little research. I didn't. But he does not have any other autographs, I think, than this, at least in packs. If it stays that way, then all the more reason I'm glad I bought this, even with a little bit of bubbling in the autograph. So, next, this one, I've looked at so many of his autographs, and they all have the bubbling going on with their autographs, even on both cards that he has, because he has 2 different cards. And they're both pack authenticated and everything like that. But Ed DeBartolo Jr., I believe he's from the 49ers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, San Francisco. So, yeah, all the autographs I've seen of him are bubbled like this, like at least, pack pooled. Maybe I might look to see about getting something that's slabbed just so I have a nice clean autograph of him. I'd keep both, but every autograph I've seen of him has been bubbled. I don't know if it's the pen or marker he was using, what it was, but for some reason or another, they're all bubbled. So, kind of sucks, but at least I do have an autograph of him, and it's pack authenticated. So last but certainly, or no, I'm sorry, there is one more before the steal. So this one I actually ended up meeting up with a guy up at a show just outside of Pittsburgh in South Hills. He had this listed on eBay, and we kind of got to talking, and had a few other pieces that I needed as well. So we ended up working out another extra deal for some money up at the show. But this is probably the cleanest I've seen of his autograph from this set. From 2004 Prime Signatures, 61 out of 125, Bill Walsh. There's only a slight cutoff at the very tail end, but that is it. So when I saw this, I'm like, okay, let's see if I can work out a deal. He was up close to Pittsburgh. I'm like, I've got to grab this. So you'll see some other stuff. Actually, you saw some stuff in the other video that actually went off the PSA that I got from him. So I was glad I was able to get Bill Walsh. I mean, he's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. We worked out a reasonable deal. Not overpaying, but not ripping him off either. So glad I got that. Now this next one, though, we used to call it woo-jooing when I would find stuff for dirt cheap prices. But this is probably one of the biggest deals I've had in a long time. I was at work, saw this pop up, and it was a buy it now at a price that I couldn't believe. And I thought, well, maybe it's fake, but I mean, it looks real. The sticker's there. The embossing looks good. The autograph looks good. So this is from 2000 Topps Hall of Fame autographs. And yeah, this is the third one I've got of this. I have 3 of these now. 1 to keep and 2 I'm going to keep for trading or selling. But Dan Rudy, this is the third one. I'm going to find whichever one I like the best and keep that one. This was listed on eBay for a buy it now of $15. 15 freaking dollars. These are going for like 400 now, at least last few I've seen goes like 300 to 400 minimum on this thing, and somebody sold it for $15. So yeah, I got a hell of a steal on this. I cannot complain. So but so that's it for this video. Yeah, that was a hell of a steal. And as you can see, these are the guys I decided to show off today. Barry Sanders, that Lawrence Taylor I told you the last video, 1 out of 1 right there, and Steve Largent that I've got out of that same Hall of Fame greatness set still. So appreciate you guys watching. Still plenty more to go through, and still have that Steeler Hall of Fame set to show off of every player that is out there that's in the Hall of Fame, and contributors as well. So look forward to that, and hopefully I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for watching.